Hi. Okay, I tried to do this as a live stream and my internet sucks, so it did not work. It kept dropping out, so I'm just going to record it as a video. We are talking about foster care and the fact that the month of May is National Foster Care Month. And I wanted to do a live stream and take questions live about it because of that, but the internet wasn't cooperating. There's a big group of people here right now, so the internet is dragging, and so I'm just gonna record this as a video. I'm not even gonna do an intro or anything. I'm just gonna do it like a recorded live stream. So I'm not gonna edit it at all. It's gonna be super real, guys. Okay, so I wanted to go over what our process has been like. I know I've shown a lot of it on the vlog, but I wanted to go into a little more detail because I feel like there was a lot that we learned in those little details that don't get talked about a lot as far as the foster care approval process. So what the real process to become a foster parent, to become foster to adopt actually looks like. And yeah, so I thought I would share that, and then if anybody has any questions, you can leave them on the comments of this video, and I will do another video answering them, or do a live stream talking about it once the internet is better. Whichever one of those actually ends up panning out. So, we're going to go through what our process was like. The first part of our process was immediately after we decided that's what we wanted to do, we started asking questions. We started looking into it. We started researching it and kind of looking into what was required, what we should expect. And we actually know a couple that was foster parents for a long time and then now are currently in some of the final stages of adopting from foster care. And it was such a godsend, them coming into our lives when they did, and we got to ask them 1,000,001 questions and get their advice. And one of the biggest pieces of advice we got from them was go through an agency. And that kind of plays into what I talked about in the video about using an agency versus going straight through the county. Each county is going to be different. Each social worker is different. So you can't really guess what you're going to get with the county or really an agency because it depends on the agency. But we got that advice because they said they are your advocate with the county. They are your advocate through all of that red tape, through all of that bureaucracy, through all of those processes that you don't have the ability to fully know what to expect or what to understand about it. And so they kind of help you through that, and they cut through the county's bureaucratic process that can make things take longer, that could be confusing, that not every county is super helpful in. So that was the biggest piece of advice we got, and we followed it. And I started Googling and emailing agencies asking about what their programs looked like, and we found one that we really thought looked great. And we went and talked with them as an initial kind of interview, but we had to fill out initial paperwork to kind of start our file with them. So the initial paperwork, I think I showed us filling all of it out, and that's like what our names, address, living situation is, and that we filled out in the very beginning. And then started our classes. So as soon as all of that was turned in, we were registered for our classes. And I think most agencies are the same. It might differ a little bit, but for us, we had to do 6 weeks of classes with one class a week. And it's like an 8-hour class. So we didn't always have them consecutive weeks. Our final 2 we did, but they weren't always consecutive weeks. Sometimes it was every other. Sometimes it was a month before the next one. And in that process for us, we ended up having to miss 2. Just life stuff came up. We couldn't make it to those. And that also meant we weren't in a position to understand anything that would have been talked about at the final one. So we had to not go to that one also and just restart to finish those classes the next time. So we didn't have to go through all of the classes again, but we had to go to those 3 that we missed in the next round of classes. So whatever the classes we missed, we had to go to those of the next round of them and make those up. And that's what we just finished doing for our classes like a week and a half ago. So we got through all of our classes, and then she sent me the second round of paperwork, which was actually not that bad. This was during classes, not after. And then right before we started making up those classes, she sent me the 3rd round. So our agency has like 3 phases of paperwork. And the 3rd phase was the biggest. It was like, no joke, a stack of paperwork like this big. And we had to fill out all of it. Like, we had to go through, answer some really detailed personal questions, and some of it I didn't even know how to answer. I'm like, I don't know, I need to do some like mental processing first before I do that. So that was what that final thing of paperwork looked like. It was super thick. It was very detailed, and it was very personal. It was very getting to know the finer details of us and our life. So that's where we said our budget information and our financial details. That's where we said our personal histories with certain things, and we looked at the emergency services in our area, and all of those were what was fine-tuned in that 3rd phase of paperwork. And the second one was really just kind of doing housekeeping for them. Like, this is what's expected. You're agreeing to this. I took a water safety class, and we got fingerprinted and our background checks done. I got my physical, but I actually didn't turn it in because I have to have the doctor actually fill out the paperwork because I went to my physical, not realizing that the agency actually provided a piece of paper for the doctor to fill out at the physical. So I have to have them fill that out and then turn that in. We have like 3 pieces of paperwork left, and then we'll be done with paperwork, and our final step will be waiting for our home study. So I right now am waiting for an email with an updated list of the outstanding pieces of paperwork we have, which I'm not expecting to be a ton. And then we will wait for an update on scheduling our home study. And in the meantime, we have projects around the house to finish. Like, we have the safety locks to put on all of the cabinets. We have stuff outside to do. They're very particular about fence heights. So that's the biggest thing we have to do, is make our fence a little bit taller. As far as outside goes, that, and we want to put a gate and close the whole yard off for multiple reasons. So that's what we're at with it right now. That's what we're working on right now. And that is what our process so far has looked like. So I just want to say, when I found out May was foster care month, I just had this moment of feeling really encouraged by that fact. Like, I haven't even heard from our agency in a few days because we had some interesting things happen in our agency. But I just had this moment when I found that out, and I saw that it was kind of a, oh, maybe that's a good sign. It's all of that stuff we finished is coinciding with foster care month. And how amazing is that? And how encouraging is that? So I was really encouraged by that, and it was like a very heartwarming moment. And yeah, so I want to keep the conversation going about foster care and foster to adopt and what that's like. So ask questions in the comments below, and if the internet gets to a point where I can do a live stream, I will do a live stream. to answer them and talk more about it. If not, I'll try to at some point this month do a foster care live stream because I think that would be really fun. And in the meantime, I'll do a video answering your questions. So I hope you enjoyed hearing a little more detail about our process. And I hope you're as excited as I am about Foster Care Month. And leave me questions. Ask anything you are curious about, that you want to know about, that maybe we didn't show as much detail about. And I will try to answer as much as we can. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!